What's the optimum number of writers in a room? It's 5. You can write with fewer writers in a room. Sure, you can write with 1 writer in a room, right? We've all done that. Or 2 is better, 3 is great. 5 is optimum. It is the best number of writers. 6 is worse than 5. It's worse. The reason is because once you get to 6, you have too much input coming in. If you're the head writer, you've got to politely listen to every idea. But you're going to find now that you're trying to go in one direction, and then number 6 here has an idea that's taking you in a different direction, and you're fighting yourself. I've worked in rooms with 18 writers at a time. At The Simpsons, we had 18. When you have 18 writers in a room, really, most of them have just got to shut up or nothing is going to get done. Right? So 5 in a room is key. We were quite stringent about it in season 9 at The Office. So what do? Typically a writing staff is 8 or 12 people, right? So what do you do with the rest of the writers? Well, you pod them off. You put them in another room. You find something else for them to do. And this is the great efficiency creator of television. If you keep 5 in a room, even with a 6-person staff, you can take that 6th person, go generate another story, work on an outline for the episode coming up. You find at the end of your day, you've done all your work, in comes your pod, and they've done a whole other day's work while you were sitting there in the main writer's room. Now, what I've found is that if you start the room exactly at 10 a.m. And get the job going at 10 a.m., you are A, very efficient, and B, very unusual. Very few writers' rooms do actually start at 10 a.m. For some reason, the writers want to come in, they either want to drift in late, or they want to start the first half hour by kind of talking about what they watched on TV last night, or who's dating whom. I really think it's important not to allow that. I don't like to be overly strict, but it's just a waste of everybody's time. And what you'll notice is, if you let people start that workday a little bit late, then those people who came on time ready to work don't come in on time ready to work the next day, because why should they? We started 15 minutes late yesterday. And so you'll see that the start time begins to drift. It's important to say we start at 10 and to show up there at 10 and start the process at 10. And you'll find that when you're a showrunner running a room, you will have to reiterate that we start at 10 20 times in the first 20 days before people actually get it. The other thing you have to do is, sadly, you must not permit digressions once the work begins. What is a digression? It's almost anything. If I say, okay, we're going to talk now about this wonderful story that was pitched here about Michael auditions for a community theater. And someone will go, oh, community theater is really funny. One time I was driving my car and I took a community theater and I got robbed. Now it feels like this is an important story. The guy actually got robbed, right? Don't let it happen. You must not let it happen.